Two leaders, one deal. To completely different stories. Iran's foreign minister went on state television and told the Iranian people, "We are the victor. Iran has won." Streets of Tehran erupted in celebration. People dancing, flags waving, fireworks in the sky. And Donald Trump, he sat in the Oval Office and told America, "We got everything we wanted. Everything, same deal, same piece of paper, same agreement." Iran says they won. America says they won. Both cannot be right, or can they? In the next 15 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what each side is telling their own people, what the deal actually says, and, most importantly, who is lying, because somebody in this story is not telling the truth, and the answer will shock you. Let's start with Iran, because what is happening on the streets of Tehran right now is extraordinary. Iranian officials are portraying the ceasefire as a victory, claiming their preconditions for negotiations have been accepted by the US. Think about what that means. Iran, a country that has been bombed for 3.5 months, a country that lost its nuclear facilities, its top commanders, 5 of its major naval bases, a country whose economy has been completely strangled by a US naval blockade. That country is celebrating in the streets tonight, and here is the specific argument Iran's government is making to its own people. Iran's government representatives are telling citizens that this outcome stems from national unity, patience, and military strength during the conflict. The officials note that the initial US-Israeli strategy attempting to collapse the Iranian government through targeted assassinations of leadership failed. That is the key word. Iran is using America's plan from day one of this war was not just to destroy Iran's nuclear program, it was to collapse the Islamic Republic itself, to kill enough commanders, destroy enough infrastructure, and apply enough economic pressure that the Iranian government would fall from within. That did not happen. The Islamic Republic is still standing. Supreme Leader Khamenei is still in power. The Revolutionary Guard still exists. And Iran is signing a deal, not surrendering. From Iran's perspective, surviving is winning. And there is more. A top Iranian official claimed the US has agreed to release part of the country's frozen assets, despite the Trump administration earlier denying any such agreement. Mohsen Rezai, military advisor to Supreme Leader Khamenei, said Trump has agreed to the release of part of Iran's frozen assets, but he is unwilling to announce it publicly. Soon Trump agreed to release frozen assets, but will not say it publicly. If this is true, Iran just extracted a massive financial concession from America, and Trump is hiding it from his own people. Now, let's look at what Trump is saying, because his version of this deal sounds completely different. Trump said on Thursday that Washington had reached a great deal with Iran, claiming the United States got everything it wanted, and that Tehran would not obtain nuclear weapons. Iran International Empathy. That is the word Trump used. America got everything. And here is Trump's specific list of victories as he is presenting them to the American public. Number 1. Iran commits to never developing nuclear weapons. A senior administration official said Iran was committing indefinitely to never procure or develop nuclear weapons, a goal Trump has repeatedly said is a top priority. Now number 2. Hormuz reopens. The Strait of Hormuz, closed since February, will reopen for international shipping. Oil prices will drop. American gas prices will fall. Number 3. No cash to Iran. Vice President J.D. Vance wrote on X, the Iranians are not receiving any cash, and no funds are being released for simply signing a deal or attending a meeting. No cash. No frozen assets released. Iran gets nothing financially, according to Trump's team. But wait, Iran's military advisor just said Trump secretly agreed to release frozen assets. Trump's team says no cash. Iran says secret cash agreement exists. Same deal. Completely opposite claims. And here is where it gets even more explosive. Trump posted on social media, saying the Iranian media's portrayal of the agreement had, quote, nothing to do with the terms that were agreed to. In writing with Iran, CBS News, nothing to do with the terms. Trump himself is saying, whatever Iran is telling its people, that is not what the deal actually says. So either Iran is lying to its own people, or Trump is lying to his. There is no third option. Now, let's cut through all the noise and talk about what we actually know is inside this deal, from verified sources on both sides. Us and Iranian officials have offered conflicting accounts of the tentative deal, and its precise terms remain unclear. And even the journalists covering this story cannot get a straight answer. The details are genuinely unclear, and that ambiguity is deliberate, because both sides need to sell this deal to their own audiences. But here is what we can confirm from multiple independent sources. Confirmed. Point 1. Hormuz reopens. This is the one thing both sides agree on. The Strait of Hormuz will be opened for international commercial shipping. Iran will remove mines within 30 days. This is real and confirmed. Confirmed. Point 2. Nuclear weapons commitment. Iran is committing to never developing nuclear weapons, but, and this is critical, Iran has not agreed to stop uranium enrichment completely. Iran has not agreed to remove its existing stockpile of 440 kilograms of enriched uranium. The commitment is about final weapons, not the material needed to build them. Confirmed. Point 3. -60-day framework. This is a memorandum of understanding, not a final treaty. It gives both sides 60 days to implement initial steps, while permanent negotiations continue. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the agreement would bring economic relief and help reduce energy prices. Iran International. Big unresolved question. Frozen assets. Iran says Trump secretly agreed to release them. Trump's team says absolutely not. This single question, if it explodes publicly, could collapse the entire deal before it is even signed. And there is one more thing that nobody is discussing enough. The final missing piece is a sign-off from Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei. NBC News Supreme Leader has not officially approved this deal yet. Everything, all the celebrations, all the announcements, all the signing ceremony plans, all of it is pending one man's signature, and Khamenei has not given it yet. Now let me explain something that most analysts are missing, and it is actually the most important part of this entire story. Both sides need to claim victory, not want to, need to. Here is why. Trump's situation. Trump went to war promising America that Iran would be completely defeated, that nuclear weapons would be eliminated, that Iran would be humiliated. His base, the MAGA voters, expect total victory. If Trump comes back with a deal that leaves Iran's government standing, leaves enrichment capability intact, and releases frozen assets, his base will call it a betrayal. So Trump has to say, we got everything. We won completely. Iran surrendered. Even if that is not entirely true. Iran's situation. Iran's government told its people for 3.5 months that they were fighting a holy war against American aggression, that Iran would never surrender, that the Islamic Republic was invincible. Thousands of Iranians died. The economy was destroyed. Nuclear facilities were bombed. If Iran's government now signs a deal that gives America everything it wanted, their own people will call it a humiliation. The government could fall. Khamenei's legitimacy would be destroyed. So Iran has to say, we won. America failed. The Islamic Republic survived and triumphed. Even if that is not entirely true. An analyst told PBS News, Trump wants to bring this to an end, but his real challenge that he's looking for a victory lap and an exit ramp. And those two things are not necessarily compatible. Perhaps victory lap, exit ramp, two things that cannot exist simultaneously in the same deal. And yet, both Trump and Iran are trying to have both at the same time, with the same document. This is why the details are deliberately kept vague, because the moment the actual terms are published, one side's victory narrative collapses completely. So who actually won this war? Let me give you the honest answer that neither Trump nor Iran will tell you. What America won? Iran's nuclear facilities are destroyed. Key IRGC commanders are dead. Iran's air defense systems are degraded. Iran's naval capability around Hormuz is severely damaged. And Iran has committed on paper to never building nuclear weapons. These are real military and strategic victories. Significant ones. What Iran won. The Islamic Republic is still standing. Khamenei is still supreme leader. The IRGC still exists. Iran still has 440 kilograms of enriched uranium. Iran's government was not overthrown. And Iran is signing a deal as an equal party, not surrendering as a defeated enemy. These are also real victories. Significant ones. The honest verdict. Trump threatened new strikes on Iran on June 11, 2026, before cancelling them the same day, citing progress in negotiations. This happened multiple times throughout the war. Every time Trump set a deadline, he cancelled it. Every time Iran faced maximum pressure, it held on just long enough for Trump to back down. Newsweek: neither side won completely. Neither side lost.